Happy Monday, everybody. My name is Edwin Edebiri, and I am the Chief Happiness Officer with the I Am Happy Project and also the Happy Neighborhood Project. So this is Happy Monday. Now, today, folks, I am going to talk about a subject that really get people excited and get people happy. And here is the best part about it. It doesn't even cost anything. It does not cost. Now, here's something, too, that I have observed. A lot of the things that really make people happy don't cost anything. How cool is that? Just free, okay? Free. We just got to just practice it. So today, folks, I am going to talk about anticipation and happiness. Yes, anticipation and happiness. Think about this. I remember very clearly as a little kid, and it's usually Christmas, that I anticipate, and it's just fun. You start it like, golly, sometime it might be like September, you're already anticipating Christmas, because that's when you get to get your new clothes and all those kind of stuff, So there's a lot of exciting things, but there's all kind of stuff you got to do, Christmas, that's just fun. But the anticipation, folks, is always more exciting than actually the time itself. Now, so I want you guys to think about this, folks. Some of you might say, well, I don't have money to go on vacation. Could you really anticipate some very exciting vacation? I'm sure some of you just know, Ellen and I just came from a 10-day vacation to Puerto Rico. But I'll also tell you the period leading to it, the anticipation was just as exciting, if not more, than the actual trip itself. Now, don't get me wrong, the trip was awesome. But the anticipation was just as exciting. Folks, think about it. Why do you think people, anticipate Friday? Now, of course, it's time of the end of the week. You're going to have a break and stuff like that. But it carries people through the week. Just that anticipation. Well, it's going to be Friday soon. And some people started right on Monday. It's going to be Friday soon. Now, I anticipate Monday just because of this Happy Monday call. I can't wait. I get excited, when it's approaching Monday. Can you imagine if everybody get excited about Monday like that? Now, what I'm sharing with you, folks, I'm kind of just touching on the tip of the iceberg here because there's a lot of research that actually backs this up. And I want you to do some of that work. And I think I've mentioned a lot of time. My whole thing, what I'm pioneering is happiness as a skill. I want you to develop different skills that you can tap on that can help increase your happiness, that can help sustain your happiness. Sometimes we go through this yo-yo. You're happy today, not happy tomorrow, happy this week, not happy next week. So that's too much on your health. That's too much on your family. We need you to sustain a level of happiness. And so this is why I do this Happy Monday, to share some skills, some very simple stuff that you can practice over time and that can help you to sustain a very high level of happiness. And yes, it can be done. So what I want to throw out, today is think about those things you can anticipate that can really get your adrenaline pumping, that can help, the hormone, secretion increases, those endorphin and stuff like that. Think about it. What are those things you can anticipate? And study shows, there's so many different studies, folks, and I'm not even going to start to cite any of them, but I will encourage you, just Google it, anticipation and happiness, and do a little bit of homework yourself. And so that way you can kind of feel, okay, you know what, just anticipating going to a movie with a friend. How cool is that? We just went on a night out. Just the process, it was like set a month in advance. Just the whole month leading towards the night out. So get certain things in your schedule and watch out what happened to your level of happiness. Now, even if you never end up going to that place. Now, don't do that too much so that your brain don't start playing games with you, and then reduce the anticipation. But even if you never go to the place, folks, you are still going to experience that level of happiness just in the anticipation. Try it. It's a very simple concept. It works. And these are some of the things that make kids just so happy. Because you tell a kid, we're going to go to a certain place, they get excited. Now, they might bug you every day leading to that day, but they already are excited. Folks, we can borrow from that. Put something on your calendar that can get you really excited. It will carry you through a very rough time. And it doesn't cost anything, just anticipation. So I want you to identify a few things that you can put either in your calendar or you can just think about that can really help you out. And yes, during work time, if your work is not going well and you're really struggling for one reason or the other, set up something for later part of that day that can get you really excited. It will carry you through that rough day. Folks, anticipation, folks, it's like think about this, folks. There's all kind of experience where they say that if you go buy a ticket that you're going to a concert, from the day, even just the thought of going to buy the ticket can get you already excited. And then from the time you actually buy the ticket, so I encourage you, if you're going to go to a concert, buy the ticket a month or two in advance. Don't wait to the last minute. Then you reduces the anticipation impact. Get it as far away as you can, and the moment that ticket is in your hand, or you're going to pick it up and it will call, your excitement level goes up, your happiness goes up. Think about Disneyland, where people line up all those long lines, and they're anticipating a ride that's going to last only 30 seconds. They start to make friends in the line. They start to be nicer. I mean, you see a whole lot of stuff happen between the time you get into the line and the time you actually did the ride. And yes, the ride might be fun, and sometimes the ride might even be disappointing, but it doesn't matter. The anticipation was all fun. Or the end of a book. Maybe somebody, gave you a sneaker, or you read a summary of a book and the way it's going to end, and now you can't wait to get to that end. Folks, these are very simple things that can dramatically increase your level of happiness on a day-by-day basis, and it costs nothing. So I want you to identify a list of things that will increase your own happiness just by anticipating them. And vacation, of course, is one thing. Hanging out with your friends is another thing. Of course, everybody knows about Friday, and I hope you can add Monday to the list. Your anticipation to the happy Monday. That would be awesome. But whatever it is, folks, I'm telling you, if life throws you a curve and you have a list of anticipation already built up, you can weather it better than if you don't. So all about happiness as a skill is developing a set of skills that you can tap on, that can kick in, that can help to sustain your level of happiness no matter what. And I hope today that you are more conscious of the role that anticipation plays in your happiness. And please share this with other people if you feel like this was beneficial to you. Subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can be, up to date with us. Just go to YouTube and type in Ask the CHO, ASKTHECHO. Ask the CHO. Those are three separate words. Or you can actually go to youtube.com/Ask the CHO. In that case, it's one word, ASKTHECHO. So that way you are up to date with what we're doing. And then share this with people if you really, really think it is beneficial for you, because that's one way that we can spread happiness. Again, my name is Edwin Edebiri, and I'm the Chief Happiness Officer with the I Am Happy Project and Happy Neighborhood Project. And as part of our tradition, we end up this call wishing each other a happy Monday. And you know why already. Whatever you focus on is going to grow, and especially in this case, we're spreading the energy and just supporting each other in our growth in happiness. So I'm going to count to 2, and we just say happy Monday. 1, 2.
Happy Monday, everyone. Happy Monday.
All right, you guys stay happy.